0, Atletico 1. We've gone out 2-1 out of the Champions League, and you know what? You want the optimism, you want to get excited for Champions League nights, and you know what? It's your job to do that as a supporter. You're not supposed to turn up to games like this, you know, pessimistic. But I understand why people were. And you know what? When I look back at the game, I think we actually started very well in the first 20-25 minutes. But now, in hindsight, how much of that was playing into Atletico's hands? You know, Ralph spoke about what not to do, and I think in the first 20 minutes we did that. I thought the ball recoveries were fantastic. I thought Fred was unbelievable. I thought him and McTominay were marshalling the midfield well and winning back possession well and trying to make something happen. But Oblak didn't work too hard. Anthony Elanga was trying down that side. Oblak makes a save that he didn't know much about. Goes out for a throw, a pop shot from Dallo. But other than that, there wasn't much in it. And then when I talk about playing into Atletico's hands, we did precisely that. The warning shots were there. Maguire goes steaming into central midfield or flying out of the centre half position to try and win a ball, doesn't win it, and then they're offside, and because they score, and the ball gets played across, and luckily it's offside. But we don't learn from that. We didn't learn from that, and then it was almost like I was talking about playing into their hands. What then happened is we made exactly the same mistake a couple minutes later. And you just can't do it. You just can't do that at this level. Atletico are always going to be a horrible team to play against, a scummy team to play against, wasting time, rolling around. Yes, the referee was shocking, but actually, did we show the minerals to go up gears and combat that? No. Atletico were so comfortable. Now I think back on, apart from the first 20 minutes, and then it comes back to mentality with our team. It comes back to what happens when the chips are down. What happens when you don't get what you deserve? It's happened to us so many times this season when we've been, and not so much in the case of this game, but in terms of the principle of, you know, other games where we've been knocking on the door but haven't got what we deserve, but then we concede. Happened at Burnley, happened against Middlesbrough, happened against Watford, even though they never scored, but we didn't go on to win the game. You know, feeling sorry for ourselves, it happens far too often, you know. Atletico are a very predictable team, and it's almost like we had no answers for it. And then once the heads drop, the confidence goes, the players look lost, the players don't know what to do, and Atletico just retreat further and further back, happy to hit us on the counter-attack. And that's just it. I think they've left here having an easy night. I don't think they've had to defend for their lives. I don't think Oblak's had to make save after save. I don't think there was a barrage of pressure on their goal. That was just Atletico being Atletico. They beat Real Betis the other day with 36% possession. That's nothing new to them, to surrender the ball to the opposing team. It happened the same thing in Madrid. We had 64% possession and couldn't do much with it. And it was and technically it was the same today. Did Ralph get it wrong with the team selection? I don't know, because think about this. Every time something goes wrong, we look for a new player to blame. You know, Maguire today, poor. Rashford comes on, poor. Pogba came on, couldn't get involved. Bruno, not really at it. So my point is that you know, there's so many different individuals that we can pick out and say are poor, but collectively, that's why I'm not really mad at Ralph in terms of the team selection, because we're just nearly men. We're nearly men. We performed well for 20-25 minutes. We can see the goal, and the whole soul is ripped out of the team. The whole heart is ripped out of the team. The whole nucleus is gone. You know, lack of ideas, nervousness. If I look at the second half, I look at Harry Maguire dilly-dallying on the ball's bouncing up here, he's going left, then he's turning right, the confidence is getting sucked out of him as well, which unsettles the rest of the back four. It's just a collective thing. Subs coming on, not making enough of an impact. And actually, it just encapsulates what Manchester United have been for the whole season. It amalgamates to this game here, which is our biggest game of the season, which was our biggest game of the season. Knockout football, Champions League, round of 16. And Man United do what Man United have been doing all season. You know, last game, you know, it's moments from Ronaldo that gets us through. It's fantastic. We're all Viva Ronaldo in afterwards. We're all suing afterwards. Yeah, great. It's fantastic. And you do need to enjoy those moments. But that's all they are, is moments. They're not building blocks. They're not foundations. They're not progress. That's the key here. Everything that's happened this season is not progress. We've always had good individual players, the same under Ollie, that's what was happening, pulling us through games that we would win. But ultimately, the end goal of progress is not happening because the foundations are not there. Many people have said to me today, just rip it up and start again. You know, people, you know, there was some stuff in the media about talks of rebuilding Old Trafford and knocking it down and starting again. That's what needs to happen with the team first. That's what needs to happen with the team first. It needs a complete revamp. It needs a complete reshape. I don't care whether it's Eric Ten Hag. I don't care whether it's Pochettino. I don't care whether it's Luis Enrique. Whoever the manager is, it needs completely rebuilding, and they need trust in. Whoever comes into this job needs to be held not only accountable, obviously that's going to happen because they're the manager, but they need to be held in such high regard. We need to do something that we haven't done before, and that's relinquish power to an incoming manager and get behind an ethos and an identity and an ideology that they want to bring. Because I'll tell you what, Pochettino can come into this. Eric Ten Hag, who we're all saying is amazing, he's on the up, he plays exciting football. He can come in with them exact same players and nothing will change. It won't. I look at the 4 fullbacks that we have, I think all are just average. You want to make at least 2 changes there and get 2 new starting fullbacks. You look at Harry Maguire, I don't need to spend much time on that. Not good enough. Fred today, to be fair, was fantastic and has been for the last few games. He can maybe do something under a new manager, but him and Scott together, we've got our reservations with that. Bruno drifting in and out of games. He's given us some great moments again and has taken the mantelpiece when we were down on our ass and looking for some creativity. He came and created, but it's not enough by himself. Rashford, form's just falling off a cliff. I don't understand what's happened to him. Does he even have a future here? Can it change? Ronaldo, again, giving us moments, working hard. Of course, he's the GOAT. I'm not going to disrespect him. He's you know, he just literally won us the game, and we're going to have to turn our attention to the Premier League in probably 18 days or so time. But again, there's no future to build with Ronaldo. You get Ronaldo in to win now, and we can't do that with him. So really, Ronaldo's null and void because we can't build around him. We can't build with him for the future. He needs the team now. That's not here. He's probably off in the summer. Cavani turns up when he wants. He's going to be off in the summer. You know, it's just a calamitous day, and it just sums up Manchester United season. It really does. It's really disappointing. I was I don't want to say full of confidence because you guys know I was very nervous about this game, but now it just feels deflated. It feels like there is nothing more to play for. We can say top 4's there to play for, and yeah, it is on paper, but in reality it's not. It's not, because this team's probably going to do what this team has been doing, which is nick a result here or there, and then when it really matters to go and get it done, not get it done. They've now moved the Arsenal game to a 12:30 kickoff, and then a couple of days later it's Liverpool away. Dreading that. You know, we've got Leicester at home, Brighton away, Palace away last day of the season, Brentford to come here, Everton away, Norwich to come here. You can just see us slipping up in these games because we're so unpredictable. That's the only thing you can predict, that you don't know what we're going to do. That is the only consistent thing about Man United. So, listen, to me, this is the season over now. That's the feeling as I'm speaking to you guys now. I've got nothing left. Very disappointing after an initial first 20 minutes. But actually, when you deep it, we just played into Atletico's hand. Everyone's angry at Atletico, saying that they're rolling around on the floor, they're moaning, they're diving. Yes, of course they are, because they're a Simeone team. That's what they do. That's what they do, man. It's really what they do. So if you think about it, we got what we deserved. When you're that spineless, when you concede and you lose all confidence, you get marshalled out of games. You get seen off, and that's what Atletico did. They just saw us off with ease. You know, second half, I just didn't expect it. I'm sitting in my seat thinking, I don't think we're going to be able to raise our level to get it done, and that's exactly what happened. Very disappointing. International break, we get some time off before the next match, but utterly disappointed. But can I say I'm surprised? No, I can't. I'm out of it. Peace.